Hey everyone, I'm Kyle Goldie. We're back. It's year and episode number 4 of the Rockstar Business Builders podcast is live. Can you guys believe this? I'm so pumped about this podcast, and I want to continue delivering on my promise to you guys because we're creative entrepreneurs, and this podcast is all about growth. Specifically, this podcast episode is about how to find the perfect workshop, online course, coach, and or mentor. Because after all, it's truly the best way for you guys to take that shortcut to success. Learn from others who have already gone through all that trial and error so that you don't have to. Be told how to achieve that success that you're wanting so badly so that you don't have to spin your wheels trying to figure it all out on your own. There's quite a bit to cover here, and as I want to keep my promise and go deep with my advice, let's cut straight to it and get straight to the good stuff.
You've envisioned the idea, you've identified the opportunity nobody else could see, and you've decided you're going to turn your badass idea into your badass business. Let's crank that idea up to 11. This is the Rockstar Business Building Podcast, and here you'll get hashtag all the things related to running your business and your life as a creative entrepreneur. We're creative, passionate people, and together we'll cut the fluff and get straight to the good stuff with your host, photographer, coach, and educator, Kyle Goldie.
If you're here listening to this podcast, you're a lot like me. You're an entrepreneur and you will do anything it takes to succeed. You just might be frustrated at how slow your growth is and you just want to hit your goals faster. Well, you guys, there is a way to get there faster. And yes, it's going to take some time. It's going to take effort, energy, and money, because let's be real here. But what we're talking about here is one big thing: time, and how you can save a heck of a lot of it. After all, time is our most valuable resource. It's the one thing on this planet that we can't get more of, no matter how smart we are, no matter how much money we have, and no matter how hard we try. Because you guys, again, time is our most valuable resource. So you're going to be damn sure that I'm going to be personally doing everything in my power to save as much of that as possible and get back to the things that I really love doing, like spending time with my family and just traveling the world. And I want the same for you. I want you to be able to spend time on this planet doing the things that you love. I don't want you spinning your wheels, feeling frustrated, and feeling like your growth is just stagnant. I want you absolutely crushing it. And yep, but that way you save all the precious time is by hiring a coach, investing into a workshop, or buying an online course or program. And yes, all of these things take money, 100%. But you're an entrepreneur, and if you're not ready to invest into yourself and not only the equipment or tools that you use, you're going to be taking the long path to success. Because guys, you need to invest in yourself at some level. Start out slow if you want with smaller investments, but when it comes to mentorship and learning from others, it's pretty accurate to say that you really do get what you pay for. There are big exceptions to that rule though, and that's where I want you to be really careful. In the coaching, workshop, and online program space, they are becoming a dime a dozen. It's increasingly more and more saturated as time goes on, like anything else, so it can definitely feel really overwhelming on who to choose. And one thing that I've personally noticed is that everybody thinks they are a guru. Some people even call themselves a guru, which I think is just totally absurd. But when it comes to deciding on who you want to learn from in any manner, take them and their brand name off of a pedestal. Do your due diligence. I'll say that again. You have to really hone in on your research and do your due diligence. Because if you don't, you could be totally burning your money and walking away from that experience with zero results and a hole in your pocket. You could walk away from that experience with a frustration over workshops, coaches, and online programs in general. You could think that they're all just totally a scam. But honestly, after having over a dozen different coaches myself in just the last year alone, I can tell you from personal experience and many, many thousands of dollars later, some are the real deal and others simply aren't. If you're taking some workshops in the past and you've bought into some online programs, you most likely feel the same way. And if you've taken 1, 2, or 3 programs in the past and they were all the same way that left you feeling like you totally wasted your money, quite honestly, maybe it's because you didn't do your due diligence prior to signing up. Maybe you had that speaker or speakers on a pedestal and you thought the location was just super cool and you just wanted to go in and be in that environment. But maybe that's all you took away from it, just a cool experience. And I do not want that for you. I want you to walk away with one thing: results. Results should always be your number one thing that should be driving you towards your business goals as well as your personal life. Bettering yourself and your business, guys. Bettering yourself and your business. Because if you're the type to be unwilling to invest into your business, you must also likely be a little bit like the old me, thinking that you can just figure out it on your own, how your business is fine the way it is, and how you're just comfortable with where you are. This podcast episode is for those who want growth. This episode is for those who want to explode their business and take the shortcut path to get there. This podcast episode is for those who value their time along the way and just want to get back to doing the things that they really love doing outside of what they do for a living. If that's you, keep listening because we're not done here. Even when I think about the quote-unquote old me and my business in its early stages, I had that ego, unfortunately, and I thought I was doing great. And sure, I was in great in comparison to the old me just getting going. Because heck, in my early years, I remember making $10,000 to $20,000 for an entire year and working super hard with 60-hour plus work weeks every single week. I was burning myself out, getting sick, and spinning my wheels to the max. So yeah, me feeling like I was doing great and making double that even felt awesome because $40,000 compared to $20,000 was a huge leap. But in the real world and living in an area that a high cost of living like Seattle, $40,000 just can't cut it. It didn't cut it. It wasn't right for me. So that was just a mindset thing for me, thinking simply that $40,000 was a lot. The harsh reality is that $40,000 isn't a lot. Because $40,000 could cover the bare minimum bills for me to live, but it could not cover the cost of a kid that I want, to support any kind of family life of the quality that I would want, and couldn't cover the cost of any medical emergencies should any arise. Yeah, money totally sucks. I wish that money did not exist. But we have to come back to the reality and simply realize that money does make the world go round. So here, it takes money to make money if you want that shortcut path. You can do it for free if you honestly don't have money to invest right now, but it's going to take you longer. But if that's you, that's okay. Just go to the library, listen to podcasts like this one, use Google, read blogs, watch YouTube tutorials, and just ask a lot of questions to the right people. Ask lots and lots of questions to the right people. But if you do have money to invest into your business, perfect. Because that means you're just able to take that money and turn it into more money. Because that's the goal that we talked about earlier, results. Turning your money into more money. And that's why it's so important for you to do your due diligence when searching out for your next workshop, online program, coach, or mentor. Speak to the person that you want to learn from directly. Send them a message on Facebook or Instagram. Email them, ask them questions, share the problem that you are having with your business, and ask them just straight up if they are able to help with it. If they have any dignity or morals, they will be honest with you, because I know that I would be. Check out their reviews, their testimonials, and even speak with former or current clients or students of theirs. Get their honest feedback about how they feel it is from the inside. I've personally done this a lot when I was on the fence about certain programs that I've invested into, and the feedback I got was always 100% authentic. Nobody ever tried to sell me on anything because they got nothing out of it if I signed up or not. So now let's talk investment, because your investment includes the rate for learning from that other person in whatever medium that they're trying to teach through. So that could be an in-person workshop, an online program, or something else, and the time that you spend learning from that person. Because if you can learn something from someone in an 8-hour workshop that answers your questions that you've been digging around for months to find, what's that worth to you? The simple time-saving element. And remember, time is our most valuable resource. If someone gives you an answer that you've been searching for even an hour, and it takes them 10 seconds to give you that answer, is that answer worth 10 seconds worth of time and a dollar number? No, 100% not. That answer is worth your hourly rate that you value yourself at. So if you value your time to be $100 an hour or $300 an hour or $50 an hour, whatever it is that you value your time to be worth, that answer is worth that amount to you, plus the amount of value that you earn by now having that answer. So let's say that your one single question was about how to drive in more leads for your business on autopilot. That would be an absolutely huge question, right? So now let's say you've spent 5 hours a week for the past year trying to find that answer. That would be 260 hours in that year spent scrolling through Instagram, meeting with people, picking their brains, posting in just redundant Facebook groups, and just wasting your time spinning your wheels. Now let's say your coach, mentor, or workshop host answers that question for you in a matter of 60 seconds. Just do this, then that, then that. Is that 60-second answer worth the same 1 minute of time? Heck no. A big, huge heck no, guys. Because that answer is worth that 260 hours plus the value of what you will now earn from having that knowledge. So let's say your time is worth that $50 an hour, and I'm just completely lowballing that because your time is worth way more than $50 an hour. But let's say 50, just to lowball this. So $50 times 260 hours is $1,300, right? So now that new knowledge can be turned into making more money inside of your business. And if the average client with you spends a few $1,000s with you over that lifetime of that client, because let's say $5,000 is the lifetime with each client, and you bring in 20 new clients each year through that one new method that you learned from that workshop post or that online program course or whatever it is that you've invested into, now it's $5,000, the worth of that one client through that lifetime, times 20 clients a year. That's $100,000, guys. $100,000. If that workshop, that online program, or that quote-unquote pick your brain fireside chat cost you $500, $1,000, $2,000, or even $5,000 to participate in, you walked away with $100,000 or more worth of value from that one single question being answered for you. That's super crazy to think about, I think. Like, that's huge. Imagine just that one single question that could be driving in lots of clients every single year from you just having that new knowledge. $100,000 or more worth of value from having that one single question being answered for you. Information is gold. Information, knowledge, and then implementing what you learned is pure gold. Because when you're thinking about investing into that next workshop, online program, or coach, remember the value that you can walk away with when you invest into the right people. It's worth every penny when you do your due diligence. And guys, remember to check out my online programs at kylegoldie.com. I can help you book more of your ideal clients. Just email me, message me, and let's chat. Because guys, I am here to help in any way that I can. And that's all for today, guys. This has been episode number 4 of the Rockstar Business Builders podcast. I'm Kyle Goldie, and I'm rooting for you.
This has been the Rockstar Business Building Podcast, our weekly get-together of creative, passionate entrepreneurs. For more guidance on how to build the ultimate rockstar business, visit kylegoldie.com. Sign up for his free newsletter and learn about his online coaching programs designed to crank your business up to 11.